AI voice agents being realistic is one of the things that most people struggle with. So today I'm gonna give you the exact settings that you have to play with inside Retell AI to make your AI voice agent sound as much realistic as you want. These are the exact same settings I used for making happy and content a client of mine when building the AI voice agent I was gonna deliver him. So without further ado, let's go into it. So here I am in Retell, ready to show you guys how I actually accomplished to content a client with how realistic, in this case, a AI voice agent I built for them was. And I'm gonna show you later how to configure a voice agent with what we have right now inside Retell so that it sounds as much realistic as you want. So let's log in and let's go inside. Okay guys, so here I am inside the AI agent, well, a copy of it that I created. This was meant to be outbound mainly. So what are the things that actually made the client be more content with how realistic it was? Several things. First of all is how we configure this part. The part of voice speed, if you want it to be slow, fast. Some people believe that if it's fast, it's gonna be more realistic, and other people, in my experience, believe that if it's a bit slower, it's more realistic. In my opinion, the voice speed at 1 is perfectly. The voice temperature, in my personal experience, is best to have it a bit more calm because it sounds like more realistic. Where we are in the phone, we're not like, hey, we're not really emotional. We are calm, talking, and the voice volume, this we should set it as high as possible. Then it doesn't matter which 11 laps to get. I mean, if you want to have a fast response, flash goes good. So right now it's an 11 laps turbo v2. So 11 laps voice I was using actually expired, so I just got one from 11 laps. But in case you guys want to choose a really realistic one in 11 laps, you have to go to their voice library as I am here, and from there on you can go to the filters and choose. In this case I always prefer to choose female, which usually sounds really natural, and usually conversational goes better with what we are looking inside an AI voice agent. Of course, let's go with English. Be cautious of the notice period that we have. If we apply rates, we can choose whatever they want. So we could use the accent here, what we want. For example, we could choose a British one, and usually, as I said, we can choose conversational, which is the best thing what we can do. We could also choose if we want an American directly, only American, which is probably what we are going to do. And from here, we're going to be listening to them.
The beginning of knowledge is the discovery of something.
Okay, so this might sound silly, but in this chapter, we'll walk through.
By repeating what students say, teachers can demonstrate.
So you can see that we can listen to all of them. The best one is the one that has this tick of high quality, and we can choose from there on. We can go with from all of them and choose the one we want. There are, as you can see, tons of them. So in this case, I think I'm gonna go with, for example,
even though Carmen said that she would never have Sophia turn against me, I held back on calling Sophia because I just didn't want to set Carmen off.
I mean, we can use this one, for example. So let's copy the voice ID, and I'm gonna come here into 11 laps, and I'm just gonna click on add custom voice, and here we just have to paste the voice ID that we just got, and here we will find it already, and click on save. Once it's been saved, we have to go to details to see actually what I have said inside the prompt to tell him to be emphatic and all these things. Remember always to understand emotions and be emphatic. These calls are filled with emotions, and that interaction can be crucial. Use expressions like or so people think they are talking to a human and not to an AI. This is crucial inside the prompt because that way he's gonna do human expressions, make them, and he's not gonna respond immediately. He's gonna maybe say one moment or something like that. Also, remember to be emphatic when the user gives you bad news, such as a pass away. Answer with I am sorry or something similar. Okay, so the important things here are the speed settings. First of all, what happens most of the time is that the AI responds at the exact moment, and that can be a bit bad because it's not so realistic as if it takes a small pause of maybe a second and it responds. That's where responsiveness comes here. Note how fast the agent responds after users finishing speaking. I have set this in 0.98 because if not, it's gonna take a lot more to respond. Most natural thing is usually 0.98. Then interruption sensitivity. If you guys wanted to make it higher, make it higher. I mean, it's the time that it makes the AI agent to be like more sensitive to an interruption. So when AI is talking and you talk, it's gonna take less time to cut what he's saying and listen to you. Enable back channeling. I'm enabling it, and we have to put the back channeling frequency. Let's put it a bit higher, friends. Maybe in 0.9. Back channel words, and here you put human expressions like yeah, haha, okay, sure, of course, one moment, this type of things. So this is the part of speech, and also we have to be cautious of the call settings. We usually gonna take a look at voicemail detection, end call of silence, max call duration, and pause before speaking. This is a really crucial part. End call silence, I mean, it's not realistic if someone takes 10 minutes without being on the phone. So at 1 minute, we can call if nothing has been said by the other person. Max call duration, it's right now in 20 minutes. For this client, I had an investment group, but we don't need so much. You can put it lower. But pause before speaking, this is a really important one. So normally, most of these AI voice agents, we set the AI to say the first message, like hello, is this blah blah, right? So the problem is that people, once they get the phone and they get the call, they take like around a second to get the phone to their ear and listen to what is said. So sometimes there is problem with getting the phone and getting it here. So that's why we want to put a pause before speaking and before saying the first message. Right now it's 0.2 seconds, but you could put it higher. 5 seconds for me is a lot, but between 0 and 1 second is a really rational and good point to set up here inside pause before speaking. That way it's gonna take a bit more time, and it has the time to the user, to the prospect that has this call, to put the phone on their ear. By the way, I almost forgot the background sound. So you guys can set up here the background sound so that it sounds more realistic and there's not anything behind. Right now we have a call center, but we can set a coffee shop or something like that. And the background sound volume, we can set it to be higher, which would block the voice of the AI, so I wouldn't recommend it. And even one is, in my opinion, a bit high, so I'm gonna set it up on 0.84. So as this is an outbound agent and we're gonna be testing it here, it's gonna sound like hello, is this name underscore client, because those are Retell AI dynamic variables, which would sound normal because it's the name of the client. And once you call here, it will sound like Diego, for example, that is my name. It will say hello, is this Diego, instead of hello, is this name underscore client, or it's gonna say later about a street name. It's normal, guys. Don't hesitate about that. We're gonna focus on how realistic it is. Let's go.
Hello, is this name underscore client?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, name underscore client. I was reaching out from G2 Investment Group about Squire Street underscore name and wanted to know if you still looking to sell that property.
Yeah, I am actually.
I see. And how much are you looking to get for that property?
Probably $1 million.
I understand. And what do you have going on? What is the reason you have to sell your house?
Well, it's actually that I have just lost my family member, and it's been a bit tough for us, so we are looking to change our environment.
I'm really sorry to hear about your loss. Name underscore client. I understand how important it is to find a new environment during such tough times. With that said, would you be okay with me transferring your call to our boss? He can discuss this further with you. If he isn't available right now, he will call you shortly.
No, it's not necessary. Thanks, anyways.
I understand, no problem at all. If you change your mind or have any questions later, feel free to reach out. Thank you for your time and take care.
You too. Bye. So you can see that it's actually more realistic than most of the voice agents that we actually have settled here. The responsiveness works really good. Well, the last message was a bit fast, it's true, but as you can see, it takes a small time to understand what the user is saying. You can make it even a bit slower so that it sounds even more realistic with the I understand and all these expressions, as you can see. It's true that we should put a bit more frequently the back channel words, but as you can see, it's actually working in a more realistic way. The voice also, thanks to the settings that we set here, actually is more realistic. It's not like a bot like hey hey hey, no, it's really calm, it's normal, how a normal people will call when he's tired of a 8-hour work day and it's almost his last call of the day that he's calling a prospect. So that's how it would probably be more natural. So yeah guys, this is basically all the settings that you should take a look when actually trying to make your AI voice agent really realistic. Also, remember to set inside the details all the things that you want to say and how you want them to say. As you can see, I told him to be emphatic, and one of the things that it says is I am really sorry for, you see? So that's the example of it. We should actually put higher the back channel frequency so that these things it says more frequently. But yeah, so this is how you can actually make it more realistic. So guys, this has been all for the video. I hope you've enjoyed it and you learned how to play with the settings for Retell to make the AI voice agents more realistic so that you can improve the product that you give to your clients. So yeah, again, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.